Hello, hello, Taurus North Node. Welcome to North Node Alchemy and welcome to your timeless reading. I'm just going to jump right in. Kind of doing freestyle nowadays, just to see what feels good, what resonates, see if there's any changes my guides would like me to make to the spreads. But yeah, I hope you're all doing well. Do remember to like and subscribe. And if this video doesn't resonate with you, feel free to check out any of the other timeless videos on this channel. There may also be a yearly reading coming up as far as I can tell. So I'm going to start with your kind of universal overall. Oh, a bunch of cards flipped over. Okay. How many am I taking? All of them. Okay. So we have surfacing, feline, frequency shift, contact, and storm. How am I laying these out? Because usually I take 3 or 4. We got 5. So. Okay, so while I was getting a lot of relationship-oriented energy pointing to the quality of your relationships, especially longer-term relationships that have been in your life for a long period of time. And I'm feeling with this surfacing, there may be some unspoken truths, some feelings that need to be resolved within your relationships coming up at this time. Now, this doesn't mean necessarily that your relationships will end. The ones that are meant to end will end, but other ones will, you'd say, elevate in their frequency. You may also need to take a step back from some of these relationships. For a while, for a time, there may be some distance for them, for you to be able to come to. I'm getting feline here as, okay, so I'm reading these cards intuitively. I'm not reading the guidebook for them. The energy I'm getting from the feline card is that you have an instinctual, very independent nature that wants to come to the surface and be expressed in your everyday. You are becoming a higher frequency version of yourself that is very much has a leadership energy to it. And you are coming into greater alignment with your North Node orientation. Where you will have the ability to create, to manifest in physical reality a lot faster and with a lot more, let's say, vigor. I keep seeing very solid structures. So giving me the word solid, like very solid structures. And they always show me couches. I don't know why. I don't know what that represents. For me, what it may represent for you, sorry, I don't know what couches may represent for you, but for me, they represent like comfort. They're showing me a big brown comfy couch. And couches are also kind of a pain to move, right? If you're moving houses or apartments. So they signify to me a kind of permanence as well. So the structures that you are building at this time, they have a permanence to them. They have a comfort to them. They have a place where not just you will be able to rest, but other people will be invited to rest in the comfort that you create. And I believe something that came up around that there's a timeless career reading for Taurus North Node on this channel as well. And you may want to check that out if that kind of resonates with you. With contact and storm, I feel that spirit is going to be, and however you term spirit, prime creator, God, your guides, higher consciousness, whichever words you want to use. These are also just higher manifestations of yourself living in non-physical dimensions. That's how I will define it. Or soul family that you have contracted with to do certain things on this planet in your lifetime for the upliftment of humanity. So you, Taurus North Node, are going to have some contact coming in that will, the reason why in your relationships there can be upheaval is because this relationship with your guides and spirit and your intuition, your higher self, will become more. Excuse me, I'm just fixing my mic. Will have a higher priority for you somehow. It will start to feel like you need to prioritize it more, and it will feel intuitively so. You'll feel that it's time for you to prioritize that relationship and those intuitive nudges. And in that, some of your relationships, some people may be able to get down with you, some may not. Which one am I going to next? I'm going to go to what I originally planned to go to next, intuitively. I'm going to take these two. So we have the last quarter moon in Aquarius, reflect on your priorities, and new moon in Aries, go for it. So, yeah. And then on the other side of the deck, you have new moon in Taurus, know your worth. So continuing where we left off with this prioritizing your intuitive knowing and your psychic connections over your physical connections is showing up in this card, last quarter moon in Aquarius. So the end of something, the end of a certain era in your relationships. And I feel for you as well, Taurus North Node, it's the end of a way of thinking in which your priorities are very materially based. The material will come around new moon in Aries, go for it. But the material is going to come around by following a certain passion, by reigniting a passion and refocusing your energetic efforts and your energetic thoughts on aspects that resonate higher in your heart, in your mind, in your spirit. And this is at the center of your reading is the frequency shift. It will call for you to take a leap of faith, and not just a leap of faith in terms. Some of you will have to, let's say, risk some material comforts in order to make the leap into the next phase of manifestations of growth. Let me focus this. But you are being heavily guided by your instincts at this time. You're being heavily guided by your instinct and by your guides. And so it will be a call for you to reflect on when you are listening to friends, family, if you're allowing their opinion to override your intuition or override your own opinion. I'm going to take the next set of cards here. Take that one. Take this one. For some of you, I feel that there's let me stop shuffling for now. I feel that there's a grudge that needs to be lifted, alleviated from your spirit. It says the energy of forgiveness strengthens our capacity to let go of unwanted feelings and emotions. So there may also be a relationship in which you don't feel supported, or you feel like they've never quite supported you, or that you're not understood, but there's still, regardless, a care and an affection, even if they cannot support you in the way that you would like, right? And this also is what's calling this reflect on your priorities. And I'm getting with this feline nature as well. There's a sense of you being at a time of being able to accept people how they are and for what how they're able to support you, how you're able to support each other at this time. So this shifting in relationships and shifting in your priorities as well, of what do you value most in relationships, and can you embrace the quality of your relationship, of some of your relationships, for let's say, what's at the root of what they are. Because in this card we have a lot of pink and a lot of green. There's a lot of there's purple, yellow. So I'm feeling that there's a lot about love, there's a lot about self-concept, self-awareness, self-love, but there's also a lot about will and what we are willing to embrace and see in others. And I'm hearing that you need to forgive people for their shortcomings, or what you perceive as shortcomings, and embrace that many of the people who still have care and value for you, that they're not their concept of the world is not the same as yours, and they also will not be pushing necessarily beyond this, let's call it matrix thinking. They won't be pushing beyond it. You will be the one who's pushing beyond it and exposing them to another version of reality and more possibility. And this is why with Go For It, you also have the fourth chakra showing up for you. The energy of the heart chakra supports our inner guidance system, which is governed by our heart and the capacity to love deeply. And this is coming, as I said, following your heart, following your inner knowing is what is going to bring you to this next phase in your evolution. And it will guide you out of the storm of confusion that you may have intellectually. Let me just take this card at the bottom, which is commitment. And I'll leave that one there. So you have card number 13, commitment, came out. The frequency of commitment supports our ability to devote ourselves in all aspects of our being and with unwavering belief. And at the bottom of the deck, you have card number 8, abundance. The energy of abundance activates our ability to manifest the wealth we need. and the sense of fulfillment that comes from a heart and soul that are overflowing with love and gratitude. So you are being asked at this time, I'm going to leave this card out because I think it's important for you. Yeah. You're being asked to commit to this frequency shift, commit to this elevation of self, commit to what you know to be true in your heart, and commit to moving forward. Especially in number one, I'm hearing or I'm seeing like rooting your feet into the ground. So there being very clear, decisive action, but also very clear, decisive thought. So, as the card says, unwavering belief, very clear, decisive thought in moving forward as well. Those thoughts leading to actions, and the actions and the thoughts leading or feeding into each other. That's the word I'm looking for. Okay, what else? Thank you very much. Anything else that Taurus North Node needs to consider at this time, please, on this journey? Okay. So we have the High Priestess, and I want to keep that one there. I want to keep that one there. And I want to put this here. This here. Okay. It's kind of out of the camera. I will move it in a moment. So you have the High Priestess in reverse. You have the Empress, the Mother, the Star, the Mother of Cups, and the Father of Wands. So interesting. You have 3 major arcanas and then 2 court cards. So I feel like you're being told here that there's been a suppression of your intuition. Like these cards are just reiterating everything that I've already said. I feel, um, but this is advice for your day to day moving forward, daily points to remember as you move forward. Daily point number 1. Be aware of where you are acting against your intuition or suppressing your intuition. Be aware where you are wearing a mask in your relationships or not being yourself just to, keep things ticking along, status quo, so as not to rock the boat. This is a habit. If you have that habit, that you are being encouraged to question and to be aware of so that you can change. The Empress is, they're giving me like one that births on their own, one who is whole unto themselves, and births from a very intuitive place. But also that intuitive place encompasses all of the energies of all the queens of all the elements. So they take all elements into account, the Empress, and this does not matter if you are male or female, that all elements into account is a reminder that you require your intuition, you require earth, air, water, and fire, action, and receptivity, you require intellectual inputs, you require physical inputs, and this is to help you remember as well that not everything not everything is going to come from one place, right? So, as I said, with this restructuring of your relationships and perhaps the people, places, or things that don't quite support the version of yourself, the version of your life that you would like to have, and what your intuition, where your intuition is telling you to go, they may not be supporting that movement. Do be aware of what resources they do have to help you move forward, even if that resource is just something that triggers you into reflection. Um, because in this abundance, where you're being encouraged to embrace love and gratitude, overflow with love and gratitude from your heart and from your soul. So I'm going to put this here. Yep. And to take all of that energy and to put it into a vision, right? Of which of these energies do you want to continue? Take the best of each situation and each relationship and combine it into how you want to feel, how you want to feel, how life will feel to you, how that vision feels to you. And so I have here with this new moon in Aries, go for it. You have the Mother of Cups and the Father of Wands. And it's indicating here that being guided by both your masculine and feminine energies in balance and being emotionally intelligent and clear in your actions. So you're being called to embody both the Mother of Cups, which is the Queen of Cups, and the Father of Wands, which is the King of Wands. Both fire and water, both action and intuition and emotion. And you may not be used to pushing forward with your passions. But at this time, excuse me, I hit the mic there. At this time, you're really being encouraged to push forward, be driven by your passion, and that passion being something that is guided by a higher frequency, clearer frequency version of yourself that is committed to your own growth and that can be benevolent and graceful to those that may have to be left behind while you go on your pursuit. Is there a final card that I will pull? I'm going to pull one more from the Moonology deck just for the center here. That's not one more. But I'll take them since they came out because I don't want to ignore it. So I'll just read what it says. Full moon in Gemini, embrace the flow of life. Last quarter moon in Capricorn, leave the past behind. First quarter moon in Libra, keep your heart open. And new moon in Aquarius, open up to change. Okay, that was a lot of advice there, but I would take it as just a 4-step plan. Embrace the flow of life, leave the past behind, keep your heart open and open to change. And I will say that I do feel like this is, when I opened, there was an energy of this, there a lot being centered around the evolution of your relationships at this time. Allow allow your relationships to evolve while keeping your heart open for something new to be revealed and for something new to blossom out of your relationships. And if that's the closing of some relationships or them being put on, there's some distance being set in between them, that's something for you to embrace at this time so that you have the space to evolve as your spirit is calling for at this time, and that the other people that you are relating to have their space for their own evolution as well. So I'm going to leave it there. Taurus North Node, I hope that was helpful. Do like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Until then, take care, be well, and stay blessed. Bye for now.